So we're back out here in the shop working on this little Death Quad 1.0, one of our original builds. And John brought some goodies over. Why don't you walk us through what you got?
We got a pit bike exhaust. We're going to modify it for a 212 and have it run out the back. Make it look like it's supposed to be there.
And we're going to have a muffler and everything too?
Yeah.
Ooh, fancy.
What we're going to do is cut it off right about here in the middle and then angle it. We'll be able to finagle it after this is out of the way. I can get a little better idea of which way it's got to go.
John's the cut master.
Yeah, it's straight.
You done better than I would have. We'll probably have to cut that rear down just to tuck that muffler up in it a little bit more, because we can't guarantee this thing won't wheelie and snap the muffler off. Snap the exhaust off of it.
Oh, I got pretty good odds it's going to flip backwards.
Isn't that kind of what we're going for, though?
Okay, what we have done, we took and cut the end of the pit bike exhaust off. And a factory 212 exhaust flange. I can figure out what it's called. I was going to call it a plate.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this cleaned up, but what I've done is just kind of cut out a pie here a little bit so that I can persuade these into place, and then I'll finish tacking and welding all this together so we don't have any leaks. And I think we'll have an exhaust. I think that came together pretty good. Cover up with welding header wrap, you won't never know it's there. Hey John, why don't you show us that finished product? Dang.
That's artwork for junk that was laying around the garage. Well, it was new parts, but the stuff we didn't use.
We don't send nothing back. It just hangs on the wall until we need it. That right there looks pretty good. Let's get this thing bolted up and see how it's officially going to look.
All right.
Make it all official. That's the prettiest thing on here. John, this was a solid idea, dude. Putting this muffler on here. Because I'm not too concerned about how far out it sticks out. Because this thing's probably going to need a wheelie bar.
Probably.
Heck yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about.
I want to hear this thing run. How about you?
Yeah. So we got the new gas tank just kind of mocked up on it. We took the body off just so we can kind of watch everything. The motor is not bolted down, but for what we're doing, I think we'll be okay. So we're going to see if we can crank this thing up and hear it run for the first time. And the other reason we took the body off is so we can get to the kill switch, because we don't have one wired to the handlebars yet.
Yet. It will be.
There will be one on there, because, yeah, I'm not trying to die on this thing. But it'll look really cool, though.
Made good noises.
Yeah. Okay, now that we've established that this actually runs and this exhaust works, I still can't get over how good this looks. I'm going to go ahead and get the new gas tank installed where it's supposed to be. I've got new levers for the handlebars, so brakes, throttle, everything will be replaced, as well as the cables, and we're going to slap the body back on this thing. I cannot wait to ride this thing, and that's coming up very soon. But first, I need to get all this situated. Got the hydraulic rear brake installed, the front brakes and the throttle. New gas tank. Here's that caliper I was talking about. I didn't film this because it's literally 2 bolts and it's in there, so With our classic brake line running, held up with only the finest of zip ties. And I was at first kind of worried about this brake line placement because it's so close to the exhaust, but be all right. One issue that we were running into was the intake, because the stock filter would sit right about here, and we didn't like it because it's right there in front of the tire. So if you need a custom intake for your 212 or 420, your local plumbing supply has everything you need. As it turns out, 2-inch rubber bushings and pipe work really well. So we've got it up and away from the tire, and we're going to actually figure out a shield for around this so nothing's flinging up off the tire directly onto the filter. Plus it acts as kind of a little bitty snorkel. I don't know how well it's going to work, but we'll give it a shot. This looks semi-professional. Where'd he go? Hey, what are you doing?
Well, we said we weren't going to paint it, so I'm clearing it so the rest of it doesn't fall off.
Just preserve the turdiness. It's about the only thing 3-horse motors are good for. So this is a new one. This motor originally had an old Chinese VM22 on it, and I've never actually switched back to a Predator carb, but we decided to go that route just because of all the overhang right here, because with the carb and then having to do the snorkel, the thing was going to stick out like out to here, and we just weren't going to do that. But it's just a weird feeling to have to put the top plate back on here. Then we could start running some throttle cables, and I think we're going to be about ready to ride this bad boy.
Yeah, I'm ready to ride it.
Heck yeah.
Now to squeeze our hands in there and hook all this stuff up.
Pretty much. Man, it's been a while since I've done this. I feel like brand new on this.
How's the travel?
Pretty good.
Is it too much?
No, it's perfect.
Okay, it ain't over traveling.
No, because I've got the thumb screw bottomed out right now.
All right, go full throttle.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
Cool. That was it. Never happens like that.
No, we usually have to fiddle with that for an hour.
What we were just testing for is to make sure there's not over throttle, I guess is how you would say it. Got your butterfly down here. That's your idle position. When you hit the gas, if you have over travel, you're going to break some linkage. See how it stops perfectly? See that rod right here? If it was over traveling, it would bow that rod and put extra unnecessary pressure on that plastic. You don't want that when you're out on the trails, because that plastic will give and you will be stuck in the woods. What's got going on here, Colin?
I'm putting the finishing touches on this thing, so now the only thing we got left is slap this belt on and slap the body on. And I think we're ready to, well, we've got to put some push water in it, but then I think we're ready to go ride this bad boy.
What you think?
Gas, throw the body on in the seat, and I think we're ready.
All right.
Let go. Gonna get on that side.
You didn't get to see that because the tree was in the way, but he almost rolled it. We just built it, don't roll it.
I think so.
I guess that's him down there doing burnouts. You're doing burnouts? Yeah. I saw the smoke. Did you? All the way from here, yeah.
That's not nearly as impressive as I hoped it would be. I think this torque converter is what's holding us out. It ain't but like 44. That's not enough.
More fuel?
You think it's running lean? We'll have to do a plug read on it. I don't know. I'm going to call it a win though because it runs.
Yeah.
It rides again. And it does wheelies. Nice. I guess I was the crash test dummy today, but we need to do a little bit more tuning, especially on the torque converter side.
I think we over revved the 30 series torque converter because it pressed the brass coupling.
That's wedged in there and we cannot get it out. We ran it, it did this, we popped it out, tried it again, and it did it again. So either this is bad or that's too much for it.
Yeah, but with the clutch that failed, this thing still was able to get 44 miles an hour.
44 on this thing might as well be 100. And these are lawnmower tires, so they're probably not built for 44.
Rated for that. Now, I don't know if they can hear it in the video, but that is a deep exhaust note coming out of the muffler.
It is.
That exhaust pipe sounds great.
It does sound good. For those of you coming out to Mini Mayhem, can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see everybody from Cars and Cameras and all of our friends we've made over the years at Mini Mayhem.
I can't wait to see what everybody else has came up with because I've seen some pretty crazy builds that people are posting online.
But if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Till next time, John, you want to set us out?
Yep. Get up, get out there, and get after it.